Hello everyone and welcome back to another unboxing slash review. Today we've got Miyamoto Musashi. The reason I decided to do her today was actually because I just met her in the first Lost Belt. I know she's part of one of the pseudo-singularities, but apparently like her thing is that she can just ray shift randomly. So she appeared in Lost Belt 1 and it was like, oh, hey, good to see you again, even though I haven't met you because I skipped the pseudo-singularity so I can get those 10 Saint Quartz for completing the first the first Lost Belt before the deadline, so part of like the pre-release campaign for the second Lost Belt, I think it was, which ends on the 2nd, so if you haven't done that, go and do it, because 10 free Saints Quartz, because I'm pretty sure Scotty is like around the corner now because we're having the anniversary, so that Fez 2018 will be up soon. So get your Saint Quartz ready. Also, what the heck is behind here? Oh, okay. Some writing things. I guess it's for a noble phantasm or attacks. I can't read Japanese, so I don't actually know what these say. Let's pull them out anyway. Looks like we've got 2 here, maybe 3. I'll look at it later and I'll decipher what it means through Google Translate or some other means. But let us get cracking into this. Let's see, what do we have for instructions? Okay, pretty simple. Looks like we've got 4 options, so does it tell me what it says here? I'm assuming one of them is for her noble phantasm, if not all of them, but I'll give it a Google and find out later. Alright, let's crack into the figure. Oop. Let's get a better angle. I'm also running out of space on my shelf for all these boxes. I might see if I can rearrange them in a more like space effective way. Let's see. Do you come off? I assume you do. There we go. I'm gonna say this is the bottom there. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I should have looked before I pulled it out. That looks right, I think. Yeah, because these are going to... Yep, that's right. Okay, let's loosen that out a bit. Hoop. Pull these out. I've been kind of playing around with the idea of if I should do some more edited videos. I don't know if people would be into that or not, or if they prefer like this kind of setup where I take your pose by pose and pull out all the plastic and talk over it. I could do a more edited version down, so if you're into that, but it would take a bit longer for me to put videos out. So if you're into it, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll probably give that a try at some point as well. But let us get your neck back in. There we go. And here we have Musashi. She is very colorful indeed. I like her hair. Like, I really like her hair. She even got little earrings. Is that a symbol of some kind? A cross maybe? Or maybe it's just like a kunai looking thing. She's got a Harry, very Japanese style outfit. I wouldn't say this is a kimono. It doesn't look like a kimono. Like more like a battle kimono, if that makes sense. It's very, very pretty looking. But that's Musashi. Also, oh, her hair thing is so freaking neat. This thing is like a blade looking thing. I bet she could throw that and use it as a weapon if she doesn't already. So that would be neat as heck. Okay, and then we have, of course, your standard scream fight pose thing. I really like her eyes. Her eyes are really cool. And then we have the happy blushing face. I do like this face that she makes in the game as well, so it looks pretty accurate as well. It kind of reminds me of Quetzalcoatl's face when she blushes as well. So I guess we could use that to make a custom if we really wanted to. Here we have 2 swords. I don't know what their names are, but it's got engravings on the hilt, which is cool. Very cool indeed. Let's get back in there. Then we've got her swords unsheathed there, as well as the 2 little fire effects. Up here we have chopsticks and udon, because she really likes udon apparently. Let's pull this out as well. Oh gosh, there goes everything. Oh boy. It's all flying everywhere. In you go. Oh, also we have the spare leg. Well, I guess that's worked out well. Okay, in here we have some spare arms. Is that it? Spare arms? Yep, spare arms and hands. And a couple of base bits, as well as like the extra arm to hold up the words. So, very nice. Nice and neat. But let us crack on into some poses, shall we? Alright, here is our first pose for Musashi. It is noodle eating Musashi. So she does mention that she really wants a hot bowl of udon like every second sentence that she talks about. So I guess udon is really her thing. So we've got here her udon bowl filled with garnish and all. Very nice little detail they added, as well as it's kind of a little wavy to show that it is actually noodles. And then on the chopsticks, she actually has picked up a bit of udon, which I think is a nice little detail. Like, I've seen a couple of figures so far that have had chopsticks, but just chopsticks. It's nice to see that she's actually got the food in hand, so that's a really nice little detail. And then it uses her bent arms that were in the extra package with the base and all. So, very nice pose, but that is about all I have to say for this one. The face is super duper cute. I really like it. Plus, if you want to do customs, you could cut off the earrings and then essentially use that for anything else, because that'd work. So that's pretty much it. So let's move on to the next pose. Alright, here is the next pose. This is kind of her battle pose. So she's got the sword and arm kind of like she's holding it, or sort of trying to hold it, out in a battle pose, I guess you could call it. Also, she's got a bent leg out, and that's pretty much it. It's nothing too much to gawk at. One thing I did notice is, though, this thing here, the Haori, does spin. So I guess if you want to have her pose in a different way, because the peg is on the back of that, you could, making it a little bit more accessible, which is nice. But this does look a lot better in the picture. I think you've got to get the angle just right, but I didn't want to spend too much time on it since I'm not going to use this pose anyway. So for reference, here's the box again. It should look like something like that, which is a lot cooler, as well as if you know what the writing means, then it'll probably look even better. But this is what she turned out looking like. Sort of the same, but not quite. So that's a bit of a shame, but I'm sure if you get the angles right, it'll be just fine. So let us move on to the next and final pose. Alright, here's our final pose for Musashi. This one is pretty freaking cool, honestly. So she's got both her swords out. Also, she's got the sword hilts around her waist, which the way that attaches is like it's kind of like a circle with halfway through the circle, it's got like a bit of a cutout. So it's kind of like a semicircle and then a full circle towards the back, if that makes any sense. So it can only fit one way. I don't know how well it's going to come off here. But it is orange, the thing that attaches it to her waist, which is the same as like this little sash there. So it kind of looks proper and nice, as if it's coming straight from that thing, which it should be. Nice little detail that most people probably won't notice anyway, because you'd be looking at it straight on like this. You're never going to see it. But nonetheless, I appreciate stuff like that. And then of course we've got the little fire things on the swords, those just slot in. So it's a very cool effect overall. One minor gripe is, though, if you can see here in between her chest and waist, that is a part there. For some reason it kind of like lifts up, it doesn't quite attach properly. And so her head looks like it's constantly at an angle. So that's a little nitpick, but I'll probably take off 1 point for that. But other than that, it's a pretty freaking awesome pose, gotta say. So let's get on to the review portion of the video. Like I said, I'm going to take off 1 point for that little discrepancy over there. But other than that, everything else is pretty great. I'm going to have to give Musashi a 9, because she's got great design, nothing's too flimsy. I guess you could say this hairpiece is a bit flimsy, but chances of you breaking it pretty slim, so I'd say it's pretty good overall. Great craftsmanship, all the pieces work together well, other than that one, and it's just a nice looking figure. So I'd say pick it up if you're into Musashi. Hopefully I'll be able to pull her when I go for Scotty. I think she's in the like open pool. She's not a limited time servant. My friend did actually end up getting her, damn him. I don't know what he's done. He sold his like soul to the gacha demons, but whenever he rolls, he always gets something. And I'm like, what the heck? He barely plays the game, so I don't know if there's like a pity rate. I've heard there isn't, but for some reason he doesn't play, but he always gets good characters. Oh, the salt is real. But that's been Musashi. Hopefully I'll also get to see her in the pseudo singularity and get to know her character more, because she didn't play too big of a role in the Lost Belt Part 1. Who knows, maybe she'll show up in 2 again as well, but we will have to wait and find out. But that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. We're getting pretty close to that 100 subscriber mark. We're about 15 subscribers, give or take, away at the time of this recording. So look forward to the 100 sub special. Should come out fairly soon, hopefully before the end of this month, if not early next month, once we hit that 100 subs. But if you want to help out for that, definitely subscribe if you're not already, and leave a like so this reaches out more. Share it with your friends, and I will catch you all in the next one. Alright, bye!